Good afternoon, Donald.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Had a couple of days ago had a bad sinus thing going on. Change of weather and all that. Had to get a shot, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, that always sucks, doesn't it?
Well, it's today is a little cooler down here, uh, but the past week or so, man, it's been in the 70s, almost up to 80s in a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
While it's getting warm up there, we've been getting ice up here.
you keep all of it up there.
We're trying.
You're doing
Yeah,
a good job of it. I saw where some cars were completely iced over, like a big old block of ice.
yeah, we had ice Tuesday night going into Wednesday, but um, by late morning Wednesday, all the ice was gone. Then we
What's up,
had,
Nigel?
huh?
The Nigel on.
Oh, hey, Nigel. And then we had an ice storm yesterday that lasted several hours and it's still frozen. And on top of that, we got snow this morning.
You
Uh,
get a mixture of all of it.
oh,
You
yeah,
got
we got it all. Temperature is only 28, and it doesn't feel bad for being 28, but still, um, that snow and ice isn't going to go anywhere until it gets above that.
right.
I'm trying to get all the places to share this show out to. I've already got everything shared out from the Universal side. Now I'm sharing out to the pages that I have for me.
Let me see if I can.
That's the problem when you're in 400 groups. There we go.
Oh, they got a thing where you can save what groups
There we go.
you share to.
All right.
So we've had
Out.
lot going on since our last show.
Yeah, last show we did
It's been
just
what, 3 weeks?
after we were going to try to do a review on Saturday night's main event. Um, but that didn't happen. I've got this episode listed as review for the Rumble. Um, we can do a brief once over on Saturday night's main event, if you remember the matches.
On Saturday night's main event, I don't think I even watched it, to be honest.
Ah,
I think, was that at work? Something was going on that day.
well, I had an investigation that night, so I wasn't able to watch it until the next morning. And I think it was that morning when you text me that that you couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I even got to watch it.
The only thing really memorable about Saturday night's main event was Jacob Fatu leaving Braun Strowman in a bloody mess.
Okay.
Um, he kept he kept doing that turnbuckle to turnbuckle run and slamming into his head. He kept doing that over and over and over and over. That actually got him disqualified because the referee tried to stop him. He threw him out of the way, and he kept doing it more and more and more. And Strowman was bleeding from the head and from the mouth. And I was thinking, okay, he's not going to be in the Rumble this year. He was. Um, and then the match with Gunther and Jey Uso was pretty good. Um, After Gunther won, he was looking at Jay like, shit, where did you come from?
That'd have been good to see it leading up to Royal Rumble
Yeah.
and even on Monday Night Raw.
I was upset that Gunther didn't even have a match at the Rumble because this is three times now, I think, that they've had the two Rumbles and then two other matches. That's that is granted. We got 70 people on the card, but still, that they have a lot of championships, and even with the world titles, they should be represented somehow.
Well, the tag title division is, like we've said, is lackluster. I don't know why they would have had that even on the card. They should have put Gunther in that spot. But regardless of which match come after the women's rumble, I mean, it was going to be a tough thing to
That
beat.
that was going to be a tough follow for sure, because the
One of
women.
those matches you get up and go to the bathroom and all.
Well, I actually found the tag match to be exciting. Uh, yeah, let's talk about the two regular matches and then we'll get into the rumbles. How's that?
That's good.
Um, I was glad to see the tag championship defended because we almost never see that anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and I hadn't really been exposed to Motor City Machine Guns. I have heard about them a lot over the years, and I kept hearing how great a tag team they are. Um, but because they were TNA, I never really got to see anything. And seeing them at the Rumble, I thought, wow, these guys have really got it put together.
Now, trying to think of what we were doing. I was cooking out, I think, that day, so I was in and out trying to cook and watch the matches and all. And I saw most of the women's match. I don't think I saw too much of the tag match.
It
Uh,
it was really good. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, or Sabin, however his last name is pronounced, um, they were like a well-oiled machine, like how you would see the teams back in the '80s.
Move set.
Motor City, yeah, they were very good. Um, and even DIY, they're very good too. But it seemed they spend half their time as singles, half their time as tag. Whereas Motor City, they're always in tag matches, as far as I know. Um, and they did the 2 out of 3 falls match. So DIY got the first, Motor City got the second, and then DIY got the third with an unexpected heel turn of the Street Profits. But the thing that got to me about the Street Profits is they attacked Motor City before the end of the match, and then after the match they attacked DIY. And I think Michael said something that to the effect of Street Profits want the tag titles, but they want to take it from DIY. Um, but Friday night, they did a segment. Anthony Dawkins was saying something like, "We we have been going after these championships, and now here comes this new team out of nowhere, brand new, and all of a sudden they get a title shot, basically cutting in front of them, which they took exception to. Can't say I blame them now.
Yeah.
If I was going after something for so long and then somebody cuts right in front of me, I'd have a problem with that too. Um, and one of the guys, I think it was Chris Sabin, had a little bit of an injury. He had a bloody lip, I think, by the end of no, bloody nose by the end of the match. Um, I think Tommaso Ciampa, when he was doing like a running knee, he smashed right into his face, and you could see a little bit of blood at the bottom of his nose.
Yeah, I saw that the ending part of that where it was like, where did it get cut at? And
Yeah,
I couldn't quite see where it was.
yeah, it was right before that first pinfall. Um, all in all, I thought it was a really good match. Now, I did see where other people were doing a review of it, and they rated it. Well, that match is going to be the worst match of the card,
Yeah.
considering, but it was not a bad match by any means. I didn't think.
So, uh, I guess I'll have to go back and watch it. Like I said, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of that match. Uh, that day was kind of busy. And I didn't want to, at first, it was discussion that I was going to have to watch, so I was skipping have to watch the replay the next day. I tried to watch it yesterday, the replay, and I couldn't find it on the network.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have the review. I kept going through, was it Peacock, Netflix, whichever one it was, Peacock, and they got the last year's Royal Rumble on there, but not the 2025.
Huh. Let's see.
Now I did watch Raw Monday night on a replay, and it was as expected. Jay Uso coming out was like, man, it was on fire.
Every Royal Rumble ever. Oh, I found it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hell, I kept trying to pull it up and it wouldn't pull up.
It's right up there at the top where they start scrolling from one thing to the next, up at the very top. That's where I found it.
I missed a few of the women's entrances at the beginning. That's why I wanted to go back and watch
Yeah.
and listen to the pops and all from Heath.
But they don't have it listed under
Every Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Okay.
Should have.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that match was definitely worth a rewatch. And it I can't remember the last time we had seen a 2 out of 3 falls match.
It's been a while.
So I was glad to see that stipulation brought back in.
Every once in a while, I need to throw in something extra in some of these matches. You know, I know we're kind of getting ahead of the game here, but you know, if Jay picks Gunther, I want to see something different than them just a one-on-one. You know, make it a first blood match, make it a Iron Man. You know, something different. Something different.
Gunther could do the Iron Man, that's for sure. Um, First blood match, all he's got to do is just chop you.
That's true.
Yeah,
You know, if a street fight match, they got to throw something in that mix. You know, so I really see him choosing Gunther.
yeah. Well, let's see what they do with Gunther at Elimination Chamber.
I just don't know what they're going to do with Cody.
A lot of people think that it's going to be Cody and John Cena.
You know, and that could go either way.
Yeah, it
I
could.
can't see Cena winning unless he wins and then loses the next night on a rematch.
Nah,
But I mean,
losing
what
it the next night would that wouldn't be something that I would do for his last year. That no.
I would say he'd wind up losing it, passing the torch over to Cody.
If
Um,
if anything, if John Cena does win it at WrestleMania, he could probably hold it until SummerSlam because that's the next big event.
well, then if they do that, then that's when the rematch is going to happen.
Yeah, and then he could pass the torch back to Cody. Speaking of Cody, that ladder match with Kevin Owens.
That last bit of it, man. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was as far as one on one, that was the most insane ladder match I'd ever seen.
It was a good match.
Yeah,
I did get to watch that in its entirety, and that last thing he did with him was
yeah,
a power bombed him onto the ladder.
Alabama spam,
God,
Alabama
yeah,
slam.
his head went through the rungs. I mean, he landed in an awkward position and didn't move for a little while. I was like,
I really thought he
good
was
lord, I thought he knocked him out.
probably did for all we know. I don't know. Um, but there were several moves in that match where I'm looking and watching, and they're doing the replays. Uh, like when Cody was about to suplex Kevin off the ropes, and Kevin did that underarm hook thing and slammed Cody right onto the ladder that was held up by the other ladder and the ropes. Damn.
And it didn't break either, did it? It just bounced. He just bounced off. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, but still, that impact could not have felt
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. You know, if it breaks, it kind of gives a little bit, so it's not as bad as opposed to it, you know, staying intact.
Right.
I saw a move where I forgot what he did, but it was at the beginning of the match where he kind of hip tossed him onto the ladder when it was sideways and went
Oh
across the
yes,
brace part.
yeah, and it looked like it was right in the middle of Kevin's spine.
Now Cody's the one that landed, I think.
Not the one that I'm thinking of.
This is the very beginning of the match on the outside at the runway.
Oh, oh, not in the ring.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then I don't know which one you're talking about. I only seen the match once. I did not rewatch it. I rewatched everything else, but I did not rewatch Cody and Kevin. So I'm thinking that was just insane.
My son was watching with me, and when they started pulling another ladder out, and they were sitting there counting the dang ladders underneath the ring, they had five on that one side they could have pulled out.
There was even a step ladder, and
Yeah, they brought a little step ladder in there. That
yeah,
was funny.
it what did Kevin? I think actually tried to jump off of that to get to the
Uh-huh. Like, what are you
that
doing?
was pretty funny. Um, I think that was the first time they've ever had a small step
Step
ladder
ladder.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, had Omos been in there, that step ladder would have been just fine for him because he's already 20 feet tall.
Well,
Um, yeah, I really thought that Kevin Owens was hurt on that last move. The way that, like you said, the way that he landed it, I was really worried about him on that one. Um, and then people are saying that Triple H is doing Kevin wrong, jobbing him out like that. And dude, look at what he's doing. It's not like he's going out there and getting beat in 5 minutes. This guy is putting on matches of a lifetime.
he's like the new Mick Foley. How much punishment can you put me through?
As much as Kevin goes through right now, I don't think any of that will ever touch what Mick went through at the King of the Ring. That should have killed him
You're talking about off the
when he went through the cage.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen interviews with that. He said, a little adjustment, just a little bit over adjustment said he would land on his head.
yeah. Um, no, no. If he had landed square on his shoulders, on his back, people are saying that would have killed him. Hi, Lois. Um,
Watching Judgment Day, 1998 Judgment Day.
yeah, now I got to go find out which
On the
match.
98 Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment Day. Oh, that was when Kane and Undertaker did the double pinfall, trying to get the WWF Championship.
On each other, or
Yeah, it ended up in a double pinfall. Steve Austin was the referee, and because he did not crown a new champion, he was fired the next night. So, yeah, 98 was
spoiler alert.
it was a wild year. Um, Cody Rhodes wrote that he was in bed for the next 2 days after this match, and that does not surprise me at all.
I imagine he was sore. which he had the luxury of not having another show until what,
till Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday.
Are they live or are they filming? Don't they film on Thursday or something?
They were live.
Or they,
Kevin, on the other hand, showed up on Monday Night Raw. He beat the crap out of Sami Zayn.
well, towards the end of it, and I saw a video. I guess it was Friday night. On Friday Night SmackDown, they showed a video, a highlight of him in the car talking about
Yeah,
he's
that
going
was
after Sammy.
that was Friday. Um, and that does not surprise me at all. It seems like it's going to be Kevin and Sammy at WrestleMania, which they've done before.
We'll see a street fight or a backstreet brawl. Take it out to the parking lot. Balls count anywhere.
In a Las Vegas street fight.
They could show part of the strip and everything outside the arena. That would be cool.
It would be. They actually put them on the strip and have them go at it.
Yeah,
Oh man, wouldn't that be something?
that would be good.
I would like to see a wrestling event inside the Sphere. Have you seen videos for that?
Hmm.
When you get a chance, look up the Sphere in Las Vegas. It's the one. It's this
Oh, oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. It's like a some of the science museums have this big amphitheater where the whole ceiling is
is
the
the
ceiling and the walls, everything is the screen. Yeah, that would be cool.
I have seen so many videos of that, and it looks so real. Um, One person had suggested holding a WrestleMania in there, but that building isn't going to hold 70,000 people.
Mm-mm.
So there's no way that they would hold it there. Let's see, the Sphere, Las Vegas, capacity. They could have one of the smaller ones. They have an 18,000 capacity for seated, 20,000 if you include the floor.
So 18. I mean, you could do a.
They could do one of the smaller events like Bad Blood or have NXT go there.
Yeah,
It have NXT go there for a Halloween Havoc and have all of these horror images on the bit screen while these guys are fighting.
that'd be cool.
And then at a pivotal moment when somebody's laying on his back, he looks up and here's Michael Myers getting ready to stab you.
Or better yet, they have the Wyatt Six come out.
Can you imagine the Wyatt Six on the image? We put them on the outside imagery.
Yeah,
Man, yeah, I would love for them for wrestling to get into the Sphere. That it would be an awesome sight to see how they would do that.
you integrate everything into that.
I think it would be amazing, and they would probably do things that people would never think of.
Hmm.
So since the Cody and Kevin, Cody is still coming out with the regular WWE Championship. He has not brought out the Winged Eagle. I thought for sure they would let him drop the the big belt and keep the Winged Eagle because let's be honest, he looks so much better.
It does, but I think that's one of those things they're putting it back in the museum, and you know, because it looked really good. But you know, I
Yeah.
like the old belt, but I can see the reasoning why you're not bringing it back out.
When Cody came out on the first Saturday night's main event wearing the Winged Eagle title, I was like, that's what a champion's supposed to look like. Put that other belt on him, it looks like a toy.
Hmm.
Um, but it's, whatever they're going to do. I'm glad they did bring the Winged Eagle title out for as long as they did, considering it was advertised as one night only.
Right.
But we got almost 2 months of the Winged Eagle. So take what you can get.
Well, you want to go to the women's Royal Rumble match?
Yes, let's do that. So for those of you out there who don't know what I do, the Royal Rumble is my favorite match. It is my favorite event of the year, and I keep very meticulous records. Um, the number of participants, their numbers. So, for example, by my records, L.A. Knight was the last new person to participate in a Rumble, and he is the 468th person to
Good
enter
lord.
a Rumble match. Now, and I am doing this. It's just one person, even if, like, say, Kane. He has entered the match as Kane, as Isaac Yankem, and as Diesel. That's still one person. So there have been 468 people so far into the Rumble. I know when they do their by the number thing, it's going to be different. Um, I have an eliminations record where Kane is number one at 49, and
Good
this is
lord.
including his run as Isaac Yankem and as Diesel. But for the WWE, they say that he has 46, I think. And this is also including if you eliminate yourself. I count that as an elimination. Kane has eliminated himself in at least one of the Rumbles.
I remember that.
The I even have a top 10 elimination, um, a top 10 eliminations. Number 10 is Nia Jax at 29.
She's got 29.
She's got 29 eliminations from all the Rumbles that she's been in.
And she hadn't been in that very many.
Uh, let me.
5, I'm guessing.
Where are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
She's been in 7, and this was only the eighth Rumble, so she's been in almost every Rumble. Which, as far as the women's goes, Liv Morgan and Natalia have been in every single women's Rumble. So, so number 10 is Nia Jax. Hey, Nick. Before this year, believe it or not, number 10 was Hulk Hogan, and he hadn't been in a Rumble since '92. So for 32 years, Hogan remained in the top 10 for eliminations.
Good
It,
Lord.
it took uh, it took 9 years from when Hogan was last in the Rumble to 2001. Steve Austin took over the lead. That's how long it took. But so number 10 is Nia Jax at 29. Number 9 is Randy Orton at 30. Number 8 is Brock Lesnar at 32. Number 7 is Triple H at 33. Number 6 is Braun Strowman at 35. This is including the greatest Royal Rumble that they had in Saudi. Number 5 is 36, Roman Reigns. Or actually, it's a tie. Fourth and fifth place is 36, Roman Reigns and Steve Austin. Number 3 at 41 is The Undertaker. Number 2 at 42 is Shawn Michaels. And number 1 is Kane and Isaac Yankem with 49. And the closest person who is still active is Roman Reigns, and he's 13 people off.
13 people off.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't see it. Nia could be the one that would.
she could.
She could surpass.
Yeah, she could do it. Um, I think she'll definitely break into the top 5 for sure. She'll surpass Roman and Austin. Um, I don't think there's going to be any question in that. There are 44 people total who have 10 eliminations or more. And 298 individuals with at least one elimination. So, like I said, I keep some records.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She had 9 this year.
Yes. She was tied with Rhea Ripley at 20 for most eliminations for the women's. She went from 20 to 29. So, going into this year's Rumble, a lot of people were saying that Charlotte Flair was the favorite to win. I was looking at Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, and Michin. Those were my 3. But before the match had started, Michin wasn't even announced as a competitor.
Well, as far as the storyline goes, you could tell Monday Night Raw when she come out, crowd was not enjoying the fact that she won. She was getting her ass booed big time.
Nia?
No, Charlotte.
Oh,
She was like, they were just not having it. And I understand their situation with her being out for so long and then coming back. She's kind of, I don't know what direction they're trying to go with that, because I feel that there's other female wrestlers there that deserve that win more than she did.
I agree. Um,
I think they're trying to push her over that edge to get another championship
yeah.
on her name, on the Flair name. um, and it may be something in their contract, that they've got to deal with. But
It could be. I don't know. Um, but there are plenty others in there that have never won a Rumble who deserve it, just like Bailey. Everyone's saying this is Bailey's time.
well, Bailey won last year, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah. Um,
That's why the people were saying this is Bailey's time. I was thinking, like Meechin had really shown up these last couple of months. I thought, well, maybe she'll be a contender to win the Rumble. Um, then there's Liv and there's Nia. I could see either one of them winning the Rumble to get revenge on the people that took the titles from them.
I was really hoping to see with Alexa popping up, and that was just wild when she showed up.
70,000 people screaming. We knew it was going to be big whenever she came back, but that just blew what I thought out of the water.
Yeah, it was a total shocker. I was not really expecting her to show up. Been kind of off the radar, but that was the big surprise
Yeah,
of the night. Um, and it's
that
like
was the loudest.
it reminds me of Edge coming back.
Yeah,
It was really loud, so loud you could not hear the music.
yeah, Edge. Well, nobody expected that.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on that thing. It was a really good documentary.
Um, Alexa Bliss had a baby, and before she had a baby, she was having a skin condition. I think it was skin cancer.
Hmm.
So, it's not surprising that she wasn't coming back for a while. I did hear that she was in Indy. I also heard that Nikki Bella was in Indy as well. But everybody shows up.
Yeah,
Um, and then there were the reports that from Alexa's management team and the WWE team trying to get together on a contract. Yeah, I wonder if this is a swerve.
well, you can't. They're doing it so much now. It's like there's so much speculation. I guess uh, somebody gets seen, going to corporate, or somebody's in the area, like say Alexa Bliss is in the area, and at corporate seeing her go in or whatever. It's hard to hide certain things nowadays. You got so many cell phones and everything else. So I enjoy the surprises.
Yeah,
I'd rather be surprised at just like that because it's a shocker, as opposed to know that they're coming and
I I just wasn't expecting that loud of a reaction. A friend of mine was there that night. And I asked him, "Hey, do you guys still have a roof after that?" And he texted me back, "What roof?"
yeah.
Hey,
I saw a video of a fan video that was like right above the entrance when they come out, and then you sitting there seeing like from a bird's eye view as they
yeah,
come out. You get to see the jacket really good as opposed to what they showed on the pay per view.
I know they really should have shown that jacket.
Now, I don't think the cameras were set up just right for that. I don't know because there was one down there that was at the side, watching her walk down sideways, or the camera was going sideways.
When she came out, she was
They were
facing
right on top of her.
to the camera, and then just as she turned around, they switched to another camera.
Yeah, I don't know why they. I don't know if they maybe wasn't expecting her to turn around, or
I don't know.
maybe
I don't know because that was a tribute to Bray, which I don't see why they would shy away from doing that.
No, I think it was just a mess up.
Probably. So so Io Sky and Liv Morgan opened the match up. I was shocked to see Liv come out at number two because she had come out at number two 2 years ago. Um,
Now, I will say this about Io Sky, she was getting the hell beat out of her ass through this whole match. Every time I look around, she's getting slammed somehow or another, getting moves put on her. It's like, good lord, she's taking a
doesn't she
beating.
get rematch?
And she was in there an hour and 6 minutes, 45 seconds.
Hmm.
You know,
And Liv was an hour and 7 minutes.
hmm
And then number
yeah.
three, Roxanne Perez, an hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Sonya Deville got limited by EO, and that's the only one she had.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Liv Morgan only eliminated two. They were, she eliminated Natalia
hmm
and
Alexa.
Alexa. Okay.
See, when that happened, I was like, they're fixing to have a feud. I said that'd be a good way for Alexa to come in and have a feud going on, and then shy get Liv Morgan kind of shied away from the title hunt for a little
Probably.
while.
Oh, yeah. The fans were crapping all over that when she eliminated Alexa. And then the next day, somebody had posted a picture of the backsides of Alexa and Liv. It's like, okay, who you got? If these two feud, I'm good. Just let them go. Um, there was a lot of NXT presence in this match. I was really happy to see that. Uh, Last Legend, I said last year I thought she was going to be in the Rumble, so I was
I
happy to
was,
see her.
I was let down that Sol Ruka was not there.
I was too.
I was like, so what's going on with that?
Yeah, I wanted to see her in that one, but with the ones that we got this year, I was happy to see Roxanne Perez, Lash Legend, Jada Parker. I gravitate towards Jada Parker because she is from the city that I grew up in, Port St. Lucie, Florida. So naturally, I just gravitate towards her. Um, I was very shocked, but very happy to see Julia and Stephanie Vacker in there. Um, I don't know what it is about Stephanie, but I am very high on her. Um, but I was so glad to see those two in there. Just disappointed that Sol Ruka wasn't because she was one of my original picks to be in the Rumble this year.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 from NXT.
Huh?
We had 5 from NXT at the Rumble.
Yes. Although I think that this match was supposed to serve as Roxanne's call up, but she's still on the NXT show. So I don't know what's going on. She needs to be on the main roster. I don't know why they're keeping her in NXT. Here we go again. You were just flashing. Didn't you see that?
No, I was on another screen.
Uh, um, Big surprise though was Maxine Dupree. Seeing how she did this year and seeing what she did last year, she had improved big time. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and she actually eliminated 2.
One. She eliminated Ivy Nile.
It's got here. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. She was eliminated by two. That's what I'm seeing.
Where are you looking?
I'm on Wiki.
Well, I'm on Wiki too, and it shows that she was eliminated by three.
Like a number or
Yeah, Maxine Dupree was eliminated by Pure Fusion Collective. That's three of them.
okay. I see that now. My bad.
Yeah, but yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised to see Maxine do what she did in this year's Rumble. She made a lot more of an impact in the 1 minute and 20 seconds she was in this year compared to uh, 6 minutes and 39 seconds last year. There
Yeah.
was a huge improvement on her.
Yeah. She was only in there 120. She's the lowest amount of time in there this
Yep,
past year.
and and that also brings in that this was the first Rumble since the very first Rumble where the person with the least amount of time in the ring was more than a minute. Every
Hmm.
other Rumble, somebody had been in under a minute. So
Oh, what's the guy's name in the men's rumble that always got thrown out? Um,
it always got thrown out.
yeah, he's a French guy. What's his dang name? He always like he has this accent he throws in with his character, John Cena. He always making them
Oh,
kind of crack
Santino,
up. Yeah, Santino.
Italian.
Yeah, yeah. I said French, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yep. Now you see. There you go. Yeah. Um, this Rumble also is the first Rumble where three competitors lasted more than an hour. And seeing Roxanne there towards the end,
And
she
they were all the first three.
yeah, she Roxanne didn't look like she broke a sweat.
Hmm.
It every time I see her, it's like she just came in. It yeah. Um,
Bianca Belair was the next closest with 49 minutes. Bailey at 46.
Bianca Belair. This was her fourth Rumble, and she has never entered any higher than 10. She's always been one of the first competitors in the Rumble. Well, what one in the first 10 in the Rumble?
Right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. She's been in five. She's been in five. In this order, she's come in 2, 3, 8, 10, and 10. So, and every time she has lasted there towards the end, I think. Uh, not the first year, not the first year. She was eliminated by Charlotte halfway through, but all the other four times she's been there near the end. Um, and there at the end, Nia Jax eliminates six, all right there together. That had never been done. It was it was a sight to see, but at the same time, it was kind of underwhelming. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. You only
So
flashed one time.
I don't know what the deal is. I mean,
You know, you've been having this deal for the last several weeks.
that's crazy. It's got to be some kind of loose connection somewhere.
I don't
It's
know.
like they do it all the time.
1 week after the Rumble, less than a week after the Rumble, Sonya Deville is released from WWE. Uh, they don't say that she was released. They just said that she's not. Her contract is not being renewed. Either way you look at it, to me, that's a release.
Hmm.
Uh, so that was disappointing because that trio of her and Zoe and Shayna were really starting to pick up steam, and now Sonya's gone. So there has to be something in the background, especially now that Sonya has been able to become full time again after all the issues she's been having over the last couple of years. She's finally getting back to that full time status, and just as she did, they decided not to keep her.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on. There's got to be some kind of uh, behind the scenes.
It has to be something. But she was one of 11 people at last count who were released over the last couple of days. And some of those names were quite surprising. Okay, more details of recent round. So, according to the report, the latest report dives into the behind the scenes information about the releases. Specifically, the main reason for them is cited as being related to a new group of superstars being called up and brought into the main roster in the coming year. According to the report, Carl Anderson, who was released along with Luke Gallows, remains actually injured after tearing his rotator cuff late last year. This makes the release odd because WWE usually does not release injured talent, but there is no additional context available at the moment. Um, Blair Davenport, that was a surprise considering I think she was called up just last year for the main roster. Um, Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering are gone. I I was shocked to see that. Giovanni Vinci has been released. He used to be in Imperium with Gunther and
Hmm.
Ludwig. They never gave him a chance. Uh, but one report that I did read was for Vinci is that he just wasn't connecting with the fans. Um,
Well, the whole Imperium thing just I don't know. It never really took off great to me.
I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
Gunther's definitely the better of the three that was part of that.
oh yeah, without a doubt. Let's see here. I gave you guys the list. Cedric Alexander is gone. That really is no surprise. I hadn't seen him in months. And Isla Dawn is also released. She was the women's tag team champion just last year. Her and Alba Fire won the tag team titles in Berlin and held it for a few months, and now she's gone. So I don't get that. Uh, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I've got about 20, 25 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering it was now we were supposed to start the show.
Yeah. My day changed drastically this morning.
That'll give me some time because I've got a third show to do after this in 3 hours.
Goodness.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be like that, but here we are. So, any other comments about the women's rumble? Charlotte Flair winner, yay or nay?
Nay, and her wardrobe outfit. No, they should have got her something else. It was unflattering.
She said she had to rip that robe off because she couldn't remember how to get it undone.
The robe.
Yeah. Did
I
you
was.
notice from the time where she had turned that corner in the aisle, it seemed like it was taking forever before she finally got into the ring?
Didn't catch that.
It it was taking like a good 30 seconds before she did, and she had in an interview mentioned that it was because she couldn't get that robe off. She had to rip it off.
Really.
Yeah, because she couldn't get it open.
Yeah.
Uh,
After she got in there and got in the ring in her wrestling attire, yeah, it might have been better to leave it on. She looks very skinny.
well, she had been. She
She's been
couldn't think for
going through stuff
several
with her
months.
knee. Yeah, she's been going through stuff with her knee.
Yeah, she
Uh,
couldn't do anything for a long time, so naturally she would lose a little bit of her muscle.
yeah, but not her weight.
And then a couple of days after the Rumble, it was announced that and Andrade had gotten a divorce last year.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, her and Andrade, their divorce was finalized in October.
Well, that could be a reason why the little bit of physical appearance change.
Maybe
Um,
I don't know.
I know a guy that was going through a divorce several years back, and we saw him out and about one day. And was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" It's like he looked poor. I mean, he looked. We thought he had cancer. I mean,
Oh,
we got back to like, does he have cancer? I was like, I don't think so. Divorce took a toll on him, man.
well, divorce isn't pleasant for anybody.
No, it is not. Been there, done that.
I'm gonna go nay on her being the winner as well. Um, I think someone else should have won because we have so many great talent. Um, but I can see why she won it. Now she's got that distinction of being the only two-time winner for the women's. So I see that. I get that. And if anybody does deserve it, it would be her. Um, but she's got plenty of time. She's only 38. She'll be 39 in April. So there's still plenty of time for her. Um, but I do know that they want her in a very high profile match for WrestleMania. Um, so I'm thinking she'll be with Tiffany. And what she may end up doing is losing to Tiffany to give her that rub.
Yeah, I can see that happening. They want to really push Tiffany. Um,
Hi, Laura.
hello,
So,
hello, ladies.
so
Uh,
I'm curious to see what direction they're going to go with a good number of these ladies here. Um, Fairly certain it will be Alexa and Liv. Um, I want to see Maxine keep improving, and she has shown major improvement. So very happy for her. Stephanie and Julia, I see being called up to the main roster real soon. And also we forgot to mention Jordan Grace is now in the WWE.
now, going back to the Liv and Alexa, Liv's on Raw, and Alexa was on SmackDown last night, or not before last.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um, so I don't know how they're going to do all that. If they do that,
Yeah, so maybe they won't do that. Um, Alexa is in the Elimination Chamber now, so
yeah.
so she
If
joins.
if Liv gets in there, then they can do a cross platform storyline
They could.
where they show up.
Oh, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss are in the Women's Elimination Chamber.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. So maybe we will see something with Liv and Alexa, but it's going to more come out of Elimination Chamber. So I can see that. Okay, let's move on to the men's. A lot of things happening in this one. First, they called this the most stacked Rumble in history, which I agree. And they saved all the big names for the second half of the Rumble. So
Hmm.
all of I don't want to refer to them as lesser names because that would be insulting. But
You have, let me see, the longest one in was
was Penta.
Penta. Penta was there, and that when I saw Ray come out, I was like, all right, and I was like, Penta's coming out. I just knew Penta was going to start, number two, and when he did, I was like, this is going to be good. And they went back and forth, and I looked back at the replay, and 95% I'm sure both feet touch that floor.
They did.
Uh, and I never did look up anything and read up on it.
Do you follow Stevie Richards' channel on YouTube?
Uh,
Look him up, Stevie Richards Show. He
used
actually
to be
did.
with, is that the guy that used to be,
He was right to censor.
yeah, yeah. I used to love that.
Yeah, he does a very detailed analysis of a whole bunch of different things, and he did one on that with Penta. The program that he uses, he's able to zoom in, and his both of his feet did touch the floor.
That's one of those little bosh things that,
Yeah.
happen.
Um, yeah, it's not surprising seeing those two. I think this is the first time that two masked wrestlers started off a Rumble. I'm pretty sure it's the first time. Uh, let's see, first two numbers. So 98 was 89 was the first time where both wrestlers wore face paint. Uh, mask. Rey Mysterio, I think, was the first masked person to start a Rumble, and he did that twice. Yeah, it's the first Rumble where both of the one and two were wearing masks. Um, so we did get a taste of Ray versus Penta. They did pretty good, except for that one little misstep there.
Yeah.
And in comes Chad Gable. You gotta feel bad for him sometimes, you know.
No, he plays that part good.
He
He's
does. Um, I was happy to see Otis in there because I really like Otis. For a big man like him, he can do some things.
I don't know what they were doing with the show speed celebrity show, whatever his name is. I don't know
I show
why you,
speed.
yeah, why you even throw him in there.
He's got millions of followers, and he's got like 30 million views from his show. He was live streaming during the Rumble event,
Okay.
and he was going around talking to these people. Then all of a sudden he was right there in gorilla position. Stephanie is explaining these things to him, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, Triple H, you're in the
You're
Rumble.
in
You're in the Rumble. It
He wasn't in there very long, but he was in there.
He got hit so hard.
I
I
bet he felt that the next day.
he was feeling
I
it.
bet he, I bet he woke up hurting.
I was expecting him to have a concussion.
Hmm. And he wasn't in right position whenever he got hit either. He was kind of sideways a little bit.
Braun turned at just the right time to catch him. It Every time I watch it, I'm thinking, how was Braun able to do that without really seriously
His
hurting?
ribs. Yeah.
Um, he had a bit scrape on his leg, and I've watched him. I don't know where he got it.
Talking about Breaker
No, show
or
speed.
show.
Yeah. I watched when Otis tossed him backwards onto the announce table. I looked for his leg to see if he scraped it on something there, but I can't see it. So I don't know what he did.
Hmm.
But, you know, it did create a very highly viral moment, no doubt. But, damn it, I was excited to see Akira come out for the Rumble.
Who?
Akira, the other guy in Alpha Academy with Otis and Maxine,
I'm trying to find out where it's at.
the tiny Japanese guy,
What number was he?
number 8.
It's got Speed as number 8 on my list.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Because he's the one that got hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was, I got excited because I have been wanting to see him in a Rumble match because he's never been in a Rumble. He's been with him for almost 10 years.
That's odd.
Yeah, and I thought this is great. Finally, he's going to get in the Rumble. He'd probably get tossed out very early on, but and then that happened. No, no, I want to see Akira. Give him his moment in the Rumble.
Even if it's 6 seconds, like
Yeah,
Ludwig.
give him something so he can say he was in a Rumble match. But it's whatever.
Yeah. Ludwig was in there the least amount of time with whole 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah, he got eliminated by Penta.
Yeah, that was. I thought for sure it was gonna. He would last at least a couple of minutes because of how he was doing his little ringside thing. Um, Joe Hendry comes out at number 15. Everyone has been calling for that for the last 6 months. Sure enough, he did. He didn't know that he was going to go in until just days before, and Chris Jericho was booking him for his cruise.
Hmm.
And Joe told him, "Hey, I would like to keep this date open because they haven't contacted me about it, but I think they will for the Rumble." And Chris said, "That's fine. Go ahead. Just come on to the cruise later." And then Joe Hendry has visa problems after that. So,
Ooh, that
Joe,
sucks.
yeah, so I don't know if he was ever able to make it on the cruise or not. And then after Joe, that's when the big names start coming out. Roman Reigns.
37 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, lasted there near the end. And Roman was definitely the right choice for the first big name to come out.
Hmm.
That just set the tone for the rest of that Rumble.
You got
Uh,
Roman, Drew, Finn, Shinsuke came out, then Jay, AJ Styles, which that was a surprise. I didn't expect to see him
yeah,
out
I
there.
wasn't expecting to see him either. I thought he was going to be out longer, and he looked good. He
Yeah.
did real good.
Strowman, Cena, Punk. Then it was like when AJ came out, and you got Braun Strowman, which is he's good, but he's not one of those top tier guys. Then you
No,
got
but
then
he
you got
had that big thing with Jacob Fatu.
mhm.
So that was a surprise for me. Like I said earlier, I didn't think he was going to be in the Rumble this year because of what Jacob did to him at Saturday Night's main event.
The only one they could have threw in farther up the list, towards the beginning would be Dominic Mysterio because you at 21 you got AJ, then you got Braun, then you got Cena, Punk, Seth Rollins, of course Dominic, then Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Logan Paul. And I really thought when Logan Paul come out, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna give it to his ass. I was like, just saw
Rumble?
it coming. Yeah.
No.
Well, they did it with Flair. I mean, she pops in, ain't been around in a while, and then she pops in and takes it. And I was like, they give it to Logan Paul. He's sick.
Yeah, but she is world champion material. Logan Paul, not yet. He will be, but he's still got some time to get matches under his belt first.
I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's good, but I just don't see him. I don't want to see them push him to superstar status just yet.
No, I'd say give him a couple more years before considering putting the world title on him. And it's fun. It's funny that you point out Dominic because I think it was either Michael or Pat when Dominic came out, and one of them was saying that this is a buzzkill. Seeing Dominic, I laughed when he said that.
Yeah, I think at one point him and Roman, they were trying to shake hands, and Roman just slapped shit out of him or something,
Yep,
hit him.
voice
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, that was funny.
That was a funny moment. Um, and seeing Cena come out, it I think it was then, at least for me, it was at that moment. It's like, oh shit, this is the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah.
Um, and he did good. He lasted 30 minutes, and he was in
31
great
seconds.
shape. Uh, I would have liked to have seen Dominic more towards the beginning as well, because the last couple of years he's lasted 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. This time he was only in there 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, but I think they put him there towards the end for Damien,
Probably. Yeah, I can see that because Damien comes out at 28.
and he
Um,
tosses his ass right out,
yeah.
which is exactly what he did to R-Truth last year.
I'm surprised Shinsuke didn't last as long as he did.
I am too, is the way that they have been pushing him. Um, but at the same token, I can understand wanting to keep the big names there in the end. But there was a time when Shinsuke was breaking into that tier.
Hmm.
Because I still remember the hype just from his debut. And as soon as he moved up to the main roster, boom, he won the Rumble. So I don't know what it was with him. Um, the last 10 competitors in the Rumble, all of them would have been believable as a Rumble winner.
The last 10? Even Dominic?
Last 10, yes.
Even Dominic?
But Dominic was the 19th eliminated. Well, actually, the last 11, because Sami Zayn was the 20th man eliminated. And then
Oh,
he,
eliminated, not put in. I got you.
oh, not the last 10 entrants. I was talking about
Okay,
the last 10 that were actually last 11 that were actually in the Rumble.
I got you.
So yeah, it LA Knight. Well, you heard about Drew McIntyre and him exploding after his elimination, didn't you? Ah, here we go, folks.
Sorry about
You're back.
that. Yeah. What were you saying now?
You heard about Drew McIntyre exploding after his elimination.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so the story goes is that he did not name anybody, but he was pissed off at somebody because he had to get his stuff in, getting himself over instead of the Rumble match over. A lot of people thought it was Logan Paul. It turns out he was talking about LA Knight.
Really?
Yeah, because what LA Knight was doing almost screwed up McIntyre's elimination. If you watching the replay when he goes to eliminate Jay and then Damien comes back and pushes him out, he bumps into LA Knight because he is too far back with Logan and almost completely screws up that spot.
Really?
And Drew is not happy about that. So he lets some words fly. And then and then Friday night when they were getting ready to start the Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Jimmy Uso match, all three of them were talking, and LA was getting ready to wrap up, and he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to get my stuff in," and then told the whole audience to say, "Tell him whose game this is," and Drew was just laughing. It,
Oh, he was laughing about it. I figured it'd piss him off.
he was laughing when LA did that because it. Okay, you got me. Um, but LA got eliminated too quick. I thought it seemed unceremoniously when he was tossed out. He was tossed out by AJ Styles. Um,
He was in there 5 minutes. Well, there was a lot of people that was not in there very long. As far as the men's division, seems like a lot. Uh, weren't there?
there, there were 10 of them that had 20 minutes or more, which does not happen very often. There's only one other Rumble that I know of, and that was in the 91 Rumble, where 10 of them lasted 20 minutes or more. Um,
They under 6 minutes. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 and under 5. Under 10, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, almost half your roster,
yeah,
less than 10 minutes. Which it could be, time strength with the show and all. You still got the main event coming up.
they're on Peacock and Netflix. They don't have any time restraints anymore.
Well, you don't know that for sure.
Well, it's
But I
not
don't
like
think they ain't like they're going to cut it short.
they don't
You
have to
know,
cut it short. It's not like they're going to be running into another show that's supposed to come on after them.
that is true.
Everything is streaming. The game has changed. Um, Seeing the last six: Roman, Seth, Punk, Cena, Paul, and Jay. I was shocked to see Roman thrown out as early as he was. That's the first time in a Rumble match that he was not in the top three.
Yeah, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 38 seconds.
For Roman?
No, no, no. I'm looking at the wrong one.
No, he was in there for 37 minutes.
Yeah, I see that now. I'm looking at the wrong list.
Oh. I was expecting the final three to be Roman, Cena, and Punk.
Yeah, I can see that.
At that point, it'd be who is going to win this because all three of them had the most to gain. Um, then Roman got thrown out, and then okay, Punk's going to win.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning.
Yeah, and then Punk gets thrown out, and it looked like he hit hard. He landed right on his ass.
When he got thrown out, I was like, and then you still got Logan Paul, and I was like, oh crap. I was like,
Now you were thinking that Logan.
yeah, I was. I was like, oh, crap, they're gonna give it to Logan Paul. And of course, they pulled it out with Jay, which I think was a good move, especially the fan base that he's got. And I see stuff on Facebook, on
Oh,
social media about why are they pushing him? Why are they pushing him? You don't deserve it. It's like
yeah, and all of last year,
I don't
everybody was
understand.
saying, Jay was the hottest thing in town.
Yeah, do you not watch this on a
Right.
regular basis and tell you can't sit there and tell me that he don't deserve it or the fans are not behind him. It's like you obviously haven't been watching the past year.
That's
Uh,
what I thought, because he had 70,000 people doing this with him.
it was loud, and Monday
Yes.
night when he showed up, he was still very emotional and still processing that whole thing. And it was like 15 minutes into the show, uh,
He
and it
was
was
crying when he was doing that
yeah,
promo.
yeah,
And going back to the very first Rumble he was in, which was 2012, I think. 20, yeah, I want to say 12. And you would never guess that guy's going to be a Rumble winner later on. And and you can see him sitting there on the mat after John Cena's gone. You see him, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He, I don't think he fully expected, even though he was told, I don't think he fully expected that he really was going to win
right.
until it actually happened. Um, when it was just him and John there at the end, I thought for sure John's going to win. Um, but I'm really happy for Jay. I'm really happy for Jay because he does deserve it. Um, and I think he is going to go with Gunther, because that match that they had as Saturday night's main event, and the way that Gunther looked at him at the end, it gave me the feeling like Gunther does not want to wrestle him again because he knows he almost lost it.
And he's almost lost it a few times. You know, this ain't their first or second, you match, but that's
Jay,
the
Jay and Gunther.
yeah. They've wrestled at least two other times, haven't they?
The only time that I can think of is if he tried to go for the Intercontinental title.
I think they've wrestled before, and he's always come up short, just a little short with interference back last year, like early last year.
That would have been when he was the Intercontinental Champion. So maybe they did. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so many people going out there saying that Jay was not the right call. Why wouldn't he be the right call?
He's the right call, and with him being as popular as he is, him beating Gunther. All right, well that leaves some crazy stuff going on with Cody. I mean, you're going to have two baby faces, two very popular wrestlers as your champions. Um,
Yeah.
First time in a long time.
And in the past, Vince didn't like two baby face champions. He only had the world champion and the Intercontinental champion. One was a face, one's a heel. He did not like having two of the same.
Right.
I get that.
But it's a different day and time.
Yes, it is. And now the lines are so blurred that for some of them, are they a face? Are they a heel?
Yeah. Some of them, even though you're a heel, you're still a fan favorite.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just the way it
Tiffany
is.
Stratton.
Right.
The people are behind her, but she's acting like a heel.
Right.
So now this year was a good Rumble. The largest Royal Rumble in history, no doubt, with 70,000 people. Let's see, 70,347 at the Lucas Oil Stadium. I wanted so bad to be there, but the ticket prices were just outrageous.
Yeah.
Front row seats were $4,500.
Yeah. I can't even afford this day to go to a live show, just a house show. This is like it's too expensive.
Let's see. A live show was here last year. I wanna I wanna say that the tickets that I was looking at, because I don't want to be front row because you don't really get a great view. I like to be on that first section going up, and I think those tickets were $50 to $60. That I
Now
can handle.
that I could do. You know, with me, if I can't be in the first three rows, then I'd rather sit where you're sitting. I don't
Yeah,
want to be 10 rows back and considered front row. And you're 10 rows back. To me, that's not front row.
yeah. So think of how it is for the people that were in the far back on the floor at the Rumble.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Right. It's not to me. That's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
unless you're right there on the side rail where they come out.
That's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted to be. This the only place to be. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
So
I got to run.
okay. Royal Rumble this year, I give it a solid A plus.
It was a good show. Uh, I always enjoy the Rumble. I always enjoy WrestleMania. WrestleMania is my big one. That's the one I enjoy the most out of the year.
It
Night Nighter.
these last couple of WrestleManias have been very good. Um, but the Rumble is still my favorite. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, when do you want to do the next show?
Let me check my calendar. Um, when is the next pay per view?
Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
Yep. Vengeance Day for
Okay.
NXT. For the WWE, the next one is Elimination Chamber on Saturday, March 1st.
Oh goodness, I'll be working that day. Um,
Okay. But
you got
Vengeance
something?
Day for NXT is this coming Saturday.
Possibly the 16th.
Okay.
Possibly next Sunday. Just kind of see how things go. If not, then it would have to be the second. So if I can get one in the 16th, and then maybe the second.
Well, you say you're working on the first, right?
Yeah, I do work on the first.
So will you be able to have time to watch the Elimination Chamber before we do a show on the second?
If everything goes good at work, my job is like it's a crapshoot if I get to watch a show all the way through.
Okay. So we'll try to plan on that being our next two shows then. All right. So for those out there in the audience, thank you for playing along. We will hopefully see you guys next week.
And
Have a good weekend, everybody.
if you're watching the replay, check out our other stuff.
Yes, please. We need the views. Good night, everybody.
Night.